back to the Doll Mom podcast. Today, I'm so excited to be joined by one of my very good doll friends on AGIG, Monica from AmCam Girl, who I pronounce her username as American Girl.
Hey.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for coming on the Doll Mom podcast.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited. Today we're going to be talking about so many amazing things. We're going to be getting into how Monica got into dolls, how she got into the American Girl Instagram community. We're also going to be talking about the American Girl Los Angeles store, which is her local American Girl store. And I'm I love it. That's how I feel about Kansas City, your home. I'm so jealous that that's your local store because it's a flagship store and it is an amazing store. And then since the Los Angeles store is moving, we're also going to be talking about the move and some ideas that we have for American Girl on what should be in the new Los Angeles location and for what they should just add to American Girl stores in general. I'm so excited.
I'm very excited.
So I feel like without further ado, let's get on with this episode. So we're going to be getting in to Monica. So the viewers, this is a podcast. We're not on YouTube now. Listeners know more about you and stuff. So Monica, how did you get into dolls?
So, I've always loved them. But American Girl in particular, so at first I was way into Build-A-Bear. I still love Build-A-Bear. But that was my big thing. And then American Girl came here when I was, I think, 10. Yeah, I was 10. And my friend, one of my best friends at the time, went and got a catalog, and I'm those are really expensive, but I loved it. And then I was no, I don't have to have one. And then I was crap, I have to have one. So I got the catalog. She's oh, you can have my catalog, and that was it. I had the catalog. I obsessed over the catalog. My parents were no, they're too expensive. You're not gonna play with it, and we're not getting that. But I begged for it for a year. And I finally got one for Christmas. Well, I got a Santa coupon from my dad that was you can go to the store and pick out any doll you want and 2 outfits and have lunch. And, well, I don't think we ever did lunch because I got sick that week. But then I did go on New Year's, and I finally got my doll. So that was January 1st, 2007. I got my number 24, my Alexa. She was, the big doll in the first catalog. They used to always feature, one Just Like You doll on the Just Like You page, and she was the one, and I just fell in love with her, and I just even though Nikki looked just like her and she had just come out that day, I still had to have my Alexa. So I still have her. I love her. She's my main girl.
I love that. And I love her name too.
I loved it. I just love that name. I don't know why. And then of course everybody was don't name your kids Alexa anymore because you're a random Amazon Alexa that will play stuff. But
oh yeah.
I don't have one of those, so it's not a problem.
How did you get into American Girl Instagram, known as AGIG?
Okay, so I was into reading the American Girl blogs, and I can't remember the name of the blog to save my life. I love Rhonda's blog, Living a Doll's Life, but this was the other one, and it was the really big one at the time, and they had a photo contest, but you had to post your pictures on Instagram, and I didn't have an Instagram, so I just was well, maybe I'll just make one for my dolls. I don't know if that's crazy. And then I realized, oh crap, this is a really big thing. Everybody makes Instagrams for their dolls. So I did it. I didn't really use it at first, and then I just really started using it and made so many friends, and yeah, it's super fun.
I love that. What's the reason behind your Instagram name?
Honestly, I had to come up with a name, a username, just to obviously to make an account. And I'm so unoriginal that this one sounds like American Girl. So
I honestly love your Instagram name because it's so cute and it's such a fun spin off of it too.
Thank you. I know people get really confused and they don't know how to say it or what it really means. They're what is that? I'm all right, never mind. I guess this maybe didn't make as much sense as I thought, but at the time it sounded like a good idea.
I like it. But besides collecting American Girl dolls, you also have other doll brands and toy brands in general that you love, right?
Yeah, so American Girl's always gonna be my number one just because the nostalgia and of the store, and everything. I started reading the books when I was 7, and so they didn't have the store here then and everything. So that was always just kind of my first love. I had Barbies and stuff before that, but nothing like that. But I would say right now, American Girl, like, yeah, it's the main thing. I also love Ruby Red dolls. The Ruby Red Fashion Friends are so adorable, and the quality is so good. So, like, those are, I mean, as far as, like, display dolls go, like, those are my other favorites. But I also have Rainbow High dolls. Love my Rainbow High. And the Rainbow High dorm house. Those are super fun. And so I have a lot of those. I would say, like, I have a few Hearts for Hearts dolls that are friends with the Welly Wishers, because there's only, like, 6 of them, of the 6 of the Welly Wishers, and there just aren't enough, and they need friends. So I got those on sale at Target years ago, and they're all friends. And I have one Kindness Club Madame Alexander that also fits into the 14.5-inch doll clothes, and she's really cute. And then I have, like, some Disney animator dolls, too. I don't, like, collect any, like, those, like, crazy, but I do have some, and I really like them. And then all my, like, I love my Polly Pockets and my Barbies and Kellys, like, from when I was little, but I still like to find every once in a while, like, a Kelly doll, but I'm, like, not, like, a super crazy collector as, like, I am with American Girl.
I remember Kelly.
I love Kelly.
She's so
Kelly.
cute.
I have some Chelseas, too, but the new Chelsea is really scary looking.
I haven't bought a Chelsea doll in years, I'm going to be brutally honest. And I feel kind of bad, though.
But I like the old ones.
So like you mentioned, you kind of first got into American Girl when American Girl wasn't around you. How did you feel when American Girl announced that they're going to be opening a store?
So it was really funny. The Grove opened when I was little, which is the mall where American Girl is. And the store before it was American Girl, I think most people don't know, it was FAO Schwartz. So I loved it because it was so fun. It was great. And so when American Girl came, like, I loved the books, and so, like, I was excited, but I was also kind of sad about FAO Schwartz closing, and I think I didn't really realize until it opened that how much I loved it. So I was excited. And then when it came, I was like, oh my God, like, in heaven, never wanted to leave. Begged my parents to take me back, like, every week.
What was your first visit like?
Oh God, I don't even remember the first time I went. I don't even know. I remember the time that I went to pick out my doll. I think my parents didn't want to take me too many times before that because I would just beg for everything. I remember, like, I had been sick all week, like, for Christmas break, and I just wanted to go, and finally, like, I got to go that day and was so happy. I took a friend with me, and it was, like, in the evening, I finally got to go, and, like, just picked everything out and just, like, ran around the store like a crazy person, like, grabbing my doll, and I was so excited. I don't actually think I have any pictures from that day, like, getting her, but it was so fun. I mean, I remember coming home. Actually, the thing I remember most is coming home and, like, opening the doll and opening everything, and I was just, like, I was in heaven. Like, I don't think I've ever been that happy in my life. Certainly not with a toy. Like, that was the happiest I'd ever been.
Would you say that's your favorite memory of the store?
I mean, God, I don't know. There were so many good memories I have there. Like, I mean, it definitely stands out, but, I mean, they had, amazing Girl of the Year, like, movie events that I went to every year. I don't think I missed one of them. So, like, I remember Leah, Sage, Grace, and Isabel were, like, super fun. I didn't really go to the cafe a lot or do any of, like, the cafe events, but I definitely would go to, like, all of the, like, Girl of the Year launches and new, like, character doll launches and everything. I remember the Welly Wisher launch. That was fun. Mary Ellen's launch was really memorable for me. I, like, actually won a raffle, so, like, that was really exciting. And they didn't have any of Mary Ellen's TV in stock. The only one that they had was the one for the raffle that I won.
Wow.
So I really wanted to look at it because they didn't have any, like, anywhere. I think they had one on display, and, like, they hadn't come in stock, and they wouldn't be in stock for a while. So I felt like I was really happy that day.
That's awesome. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and the private, like, shopping event nights, too, that we would go to every year. Those are pretty fun. I remember pretty well the store manager, the first store manager there. His name was Scott. And he left to manage the Scottsdale store, like, years ago. Now they're closed. But he was super nice. He loved dolls. Like, he was just, like, he was the best. And I remember, like, we went to the Isabel, and for some reason I was thinking about this today, the Isabel movie premiere. We were going to miss it. We didn't buy tickets because my mom was having surgery, And so she had the surgery, but it ended up that things went pretty bad. She almost died during the surgery, so they couldn't proceed with it. They almost died before they even cut into her with the anesthesia, almost killed her. So they didn't proceed with it, but because, like, she was going to be recovering, so that's why we didn't buy tickets. So we went to the store, and I was like, I just wanted to see if there's any way, like, somebody didn't show up, and I could just, like, buy a goodie bag at least, because I know the event was filled, so, but we thought we'd ask. So I went down there, and we explained to Scott, like, you know, why we didn't buy it, because he knew us. We were there all the time. And he was so nice. He came, and he handed us tickets and goodie bags and said, come see the movie. And it just, like, it meant so much to me. So, like, I still remember that really well.
Oh my goodness, that's so sweet. But also, I feel so bad for your mama. Like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad she's doing good, right?
Yeah, no, she's fine. This was Isabel's year, so what was that, 2014?
Yeah.
It was a while ago, but yeah, it was definitely a weird, like, thing. The same thing kind of happened with the, I think that happened, a different surgery or something with the private shopping event. For some reason, like, my dad had to take us, because my mom couldn't drive after surgery. So I would, like, drag my dad there. But he was a good sport. He's been a good sport at that store for years. The dads, you know.
That's how my dad was when we had Kansas City. He would take us, he would stick around for a little bit, but then he would got tired of being in here for too long, so then he would just go to the Barnes & Noble next door, pick out a book, get him a drink from the Starbucks, sit down, do some reading.
Once I turned, like, 12, my dad would take me to the Grove, but he's like, all right, you're 12 now, you can walk around the store by yourself, and I'm going to Coffee Bean. I'm like, okay.
I love
my
supporters.
grandparents, I've dragged them there, too.
The whole family. It's a whole family reunion at AGLA. Come on.
Everybody has to go. I made my grandma and my mom do Mother's Day there one year. I said, it's okay, I'm a dog mom. Like, I deserve to, like, take a place this year. Like, no, we have to go. So we all went there for Mother's Day. I'd done, like, multiple birthdays there. We did my mom's birthday there once, just me and her. Like,
oh my goodness, I love that.
16 years of memories in that store.
Yes. How did you hear about it moving, and how did you feel?
So I knew last year, basically what happened is the lease was up last year, which most people probably don't know. But because of COVID, there was a 1 year, they did a temporary 1 year extension. Because, like, a year ago, I mean, COVID was still kind of unpredictable, and I don't think that Caruso, the property owner there, I don't think he wanted, probably, my guess anyway, I don't know this for sure, but I'm guessing he didn't want, like, an empty space that big, because there were not a lot of people shopping and everything, so they hung on for 1 year, a 1 year stay of execution for the store, with not knowing what was going to happen. And then this year I remembered that the store was closing, and I think the lease is actually up in May, but, like, they have to be out of there by then. So yeah, I mean, like, we weren't sure. I remember, like, the Girl of the Year this year looked really sad. There just were not a lot of displays. Like, even, like, basically the whole year, there are not a lot of, like, the window display in the front is not so great. Like, we all kind of, like, knew, like, the employees didn't know for sure and didn't tell us anything, and I don't think they knew, honestly. But they were kind of like, yeah, well, we don't think it's, like, just because everything looks, like, so kind of sad. They never got, like, that big Girl of the Year banner for Corinne. They have it now, but they didn't have it for, I want to say they didn't get it till, like, March.
Oh, wow.
So there was just, like, Kira everywhere, which was really sad. So we kind of suspected. I think it was just, like, really hard not knowing, like, where, are we still going to have a store? And then thinking, like, we probably will, but, like, where is it going to be? And, I mean, especially with LA, like, even though it might not be, like, a long distance, like, having it even a little further would be, like, way longer in, like, time. The traffic is so bad. So I'm glad they're keeping it at least, like, in a relatively, like, similar location. It's only 2 miles difference from where it is now.
I know you mentioned you grew up with the store, and you kind of grew up with the employees, too. What are some of your favorite employees at the American Girl Los Angeles store?
So I mentioned Scott, who hasn't worked there in a while. He was the manager. Winnie is my personal shopper. So I didn't even sign up for personal shopping for a really long time just because I didn't think I needed it, and I didn't know what the perks were, which, I mean, personal shopping is great. Everyone, if you have access to a personal shopper, you should definitely take advantage of that at your store. If you can. But Winnie's, like, known me since, I mean, she's been there since the day the store opened. She took a year off at some point, but, like, she remembers me coming in when I was 10. And I remember I was just talking to Irina there, who is another employee, and she's like, oh, I remember you, and you were this little. And she was like, you were so little. Her daughter's, like, the same age as me, I think, so she was just like remembered me when I was really little, and I think like Cynthia's known me and my mom, like they just like become like family since we're there so much. So I think like those three. There was another one. Her name was Belinda, and she hasn't worked there in a while, but we loved her too. Beta was another one who also hasn't worked there in about a year maybe. We missed her. You know, you like come to really miss the employees that you love when they leave.
Yes. That's how I feel with American Girl Kansas City people. Like, I miss them so much. I wish my store was here so that I could go visit them and just see how life is going for them, you know?
Yeah, I know. It's so hard. I mean, especially, like, I'm sad that we're moving, but, like, I'm also just grateful that we still have a store. I mean, I can't complain about it that much. Like, they're keeping a store in a pretty similar location.
What things are you most looking forward to with the new location?
I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to, like, to going and seeing what it looks like. I'm hoping that it's, like, still a really good size, but I think, like, this location currently, like, we have 2 sections of Truly Me that have literally the exact same stuff. So I don't know that they needed all of that space, honestly, but I'm really just hoping that they have cool, like, historical sections. I know, like, when they moved the New York location, like, they made all of those interactive, like, sections, and we had some of them, but they were not that cool. So I'm just, like, hoping that they kind of take some of that and make it, like, super, like, state-of-the-art and modern. I'm definitely looking forward to that, and just, like, seeing what it looks like. I'm kind of anxious about it, but, you know, we'll see.
I think that brings us to our next and I guess kind of final topic, would be some of our ideas and some things that we want for American Girl brand to bring to the American Girl new Los Angeles location and to their just stores in general. So like I said, we're going to be talking about some ideas we have for American Girl brand on their stores and stuff. Is this our pitch for American Girl to hire us? I don't really know. This could be. So my first idea for the LA store, this is LA focused, okay, is adding a girl's hair salon to the LA store. Listen, I love American Girl. I love LA, but it kind of just blew my mind since LA is a flagship store, that Chicago and New York, who are also fellow flagship stores, had the whole doll hospital experience, the whole hair salon, the whole remodels, the whole interactive displays, and LA didn't get that. So I really feel like this is the moment and this is the good opportunity to bring a girl hair salon, nail salon, you know, do it up, doll it up for the girls here.
Yes, okay, so I knew you were gonna say that. So I do want to tell you that I'm pretty sure that I was told by an employee there that they will be having one at the new location.
Yes, Queen.
I'm not 1,000% sure, but I feel like I remember them saying that, so I think there's a good chance. Yeah, I think the hair salon, like the matching hairstyles would be really cool, and I was also disappointed when like the other stores got like that kind of remodel and we didn't get that, so I do think it's a great opportunity. I would love to see the doll hospital like station, like where you can do like doll checkups and stuff. I think that would be really cool. I think it would be really cool to have like more like events too that are like I know like New York does a lot of events with like plays on Broadway and stuff, and it would be really cool like to do like events like that, like at the Pantages or something. Like in Hollywood, I know that like we had done those in the past, some events like that at our store. We just haven't had them in a really long time. I know with COVID and everything too, but it would be fun to like see some of that come back.
I feel like it'd be so cool if they did like backstage tours, but I feel like if they would do that, they have to have like a movie of American Girl film there or like American Girl TV show film there. Listen, I would watch that. I'm down for that, AG. But I feel like that would be really cool to do, like, backstage tours. I don't know.
Yes. I would really hope that. I know that they basically signed that Amazon deal. So when they signed the deal with Amazon, they stopped making Girl of the Year movies because they were not through Amazon. And then they started making the Amazon. But it would be really, really great if they could start going back to making movies and having movie events and stuff, because that was really fun and I would go.
Yeah. I miss the movie events, personally. Like, exactly. I went to all of them at the American Girl Kansas City store, and I had a blast. Like, I miss those. They need to bring those back. Whether it's through Amazon or not, they could still have a full-blown event, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would totally be fine because there's a theater there, so I think it would be really fun if they had, like, Felicity, Samantha, Molly, like, if they just had the movies and just, like, did a special event, like, screening at the theater, you know, and just, like, made that, even though they're older movies, they're classic American Girl, I mean, you know.
Yeah, they deserve to be celebrated.
Yes, and so I think that would be great.
That brings me to my next point. We need a movie theater. I never got to live through the I don't know what it's called, but like the theater plays.
American Girl Review.
Is that it?
Yeah, it was there. So the LA store does have a theater. They did have a theater, I should say. When the store first opened, it had a really nice theater. My mom and I went in it like to look, and we thought, well, maybe we'd go someday. And then we didn't know, but one of the days we went, my mom just took me to look around because I was constantly begging her to take me to the store. We just happened to be there, and all the actors came out of the theater and were like crying and hugging. We're like, what is going on? They're like, today was the last day, and they closed the theater and leased the theater space back to Caruso. So they actually had more space at the LA store when it opened, and I think part of the Bitty Baby space was leased back at a point as well. I think even like the American Girl fashion show I never got to go to, but that always seemed like really fun. Just like more of those kind of events. I think it would be really cool if they had like for Corinne, like if they would do like an event like at the skating rink, which we don't really have one near the current LA store that's about to open, or like either of those, I guess. I think the closest one is El Segundo because I used to figure skate for 10 years. So I think that would be the El Segundo rink, which is kind of far, but it still would be a really cool event, and I would still totally go. So things like that, I think would be really fun. Yeah, I think like it would be really cool, like if they had some displays, like I said, kind of like the New York store, because they're like so like I know they have like that big Julie car there that I really just want to sit in and like pretend to drive and look really cool. So like that would be really neat. I know that the new historical doll is coming out in the fall, so it'd be really cool if they did like a really cool like place for her too.
I really hope she gets a full-blown world. Like,
I do too.
Like, since it's like LA, and then I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring it for like the next Girl of the Year there too. And yeah, I feel like they could make like her world so cool. But here's the thing, here's what I really would love for them to do. Even though this is like not taking into money account, budget, nothing, okay? I would love it where like every single girl, like historical characters and like World by Us, which that's my next ideal. World by Us needs an interactive display at the LA store. I feel like they could really bring it for that one. But like going back, I feel like this is like my ultimate dream, and it's not going to come true because like I said, money's an option. We have to stay into the budget, queen. But I would love it if they had every single doll an interactive display like Courtney's World and Julie's World. Expensive? Absolutely. But it would be so amazing.
Yes, I agree. I mean, it was really cool when they installed, like, the interactive displays that they have now, which, I mean, if you have it in the store, it's basically, like you press buttons and things happen. I know Courtney has, like, her, like, human-sized Pac-Man machine, which is pretty cool, because who doesn't love Pac-Man? But they're, like, not, I mean, the interactive things are not, like, even... they're not that interactive. They were fun to play with at first, but it just would be really cool. Yeah, if they had even more, I think that would be really fun. Or even something like where you like integrate like an interactive display with like an app on your phone or something like that I feel like they could do.
And plus, I feel like that just adds more to the American Girl experience because I feel like they used to be all about experience, and like they still kind of are because I feel like mostly like recently they're trying to like hype up the American Girl stores and be like, come plan your visit. I feel like they've been more on that side recently, so I feel like it would be like more so epically cool if they add in some more interactive displays.
So like I really want to see the purchase with purchase stuff come back. That used to be like they basically always had a purchase with purchase, and it was a great way for them also. So they would make like exclusive items for the purchase with purchase, but they also had like just purchase with purchase like promos. So it was like some of them were like older items they had that they were just trying to clear out. So that was like a great way for the company to like clear some stock out too. So I just think it would be really great if they could bring some of those back. And some of the like exclusive ones, especially around the holidays, like they had some really pretty ones. They were a great price, and they definitely got people to like spend the $50 so you could get this outfit for $14. I don't know. I always fell for it. I'm a sucker.
I did too, and I loved them. I remember when I went to the Kansas City store, the reason I have Kanai swimsuit was because it was a purchase with purchase item.
I know, and I passed it up, by the way, when it was.
Ah!
I know, don't even. I remember distinctly Beta, the employee I was telling you about, really tried to talk me into getting it, and I just did not want to go for it, and yeah, regret it. AG regrets. Its own blog, AG regrets.
Oh my goodness, we should start that.
Oh
Literally. Because I have some.
So much.
I have some too. I personally do. I remember this one year they made like 2 purchase with purchase items. So one was like exclusive to the flagship stores, and then the other one's like everyone else had.
Really?
Yeah. And I was so mad because I really wanted both of them.
Do you remember?
It was like the snowflake dress at the flagships, and I can't remember what was the other one.
Snowflake dress. I don't even remember. It wasn't that blue one, was it?
Hold on. I can't even remember what it looks like. Like, I couldn't even tell you what it looks like now. I just remember it was
they
white.
had the red Santa dress at some stores, and they had the blue one, but
I think that was it.
Okay, we never got the blue one.
Really?
So it actually wasn't flagships. I remember, I think it was Orlando that had the blue one. Someone told me, but we only had the red one. Because I wanted the blue one, I still don't have it. And I
Hold on.
I was only like 3 stores that actually had it, I think.
I wanted that. I want that so bad. I still want it.
I remember that. It kind of sucked how like some of the events that they do are not like uniform. Like the goodie bags are different in different locations or like,
That's so weird. I did not know that.
Yeah, I remember thinking how weird it was that Florida got it and we didn't.
Speaking of like goodie bags and stuff, I know for Corinne's release that they didn't have like a exclusive thing for the dolls like they did in the past years. And like I'm really hoping AG did not quit that. It was kind of just like a COVID thing.
I hope so.
Because I missed those so bad. Like, I wanted a bag or, like, something, a shirt, like, anything just for attending the releases.
Oh, my God. It's, like, yeah, anything that was, like, ice skating theme, like, winter, like, that would have been so cute. I know, so there was a little promo that they gave at the stores, but it was only, like, it was a poster. Normally, and it was small. It wasn't, like, a full-size poster. And normally I love posters, but it was kind of weird because it's double-sided, and so I couldn't decide which side to put on my wall, and it gave me anxiety, so I didn't put any. So I just folded it up and put it away.
Well, here's the thing with us. I attended the Charlotte store for the January 1st release, and me and my friend, I went with Mia, we went to the AG Rewards party, and that's how we got the poster. They didn't hand out any of the posters to the general public or anything. It was just to the AG Rewards.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if everybody, my personal shopper gave it to me, so it may have just been like a personal shopping thing at our store. I don't know, but that was like what I remember them do. It just, yeah, I was disappointed, and I think that some of the staff were like really surprised. They're like, I hope this doesn't, like they were hoping that people wouldn't be too upset about it. And they already knew people would like really like love that, and it really draws a lot of people to the store. So, like, I mean, you'd be surprised at how much, like, you know, a shirt or something that costs them, like, probably, like, 25 cents to make, like, brings people in like crazy. So I think, yeah, I really hope that they go back to doing that, because that was really fun.
Yeah, and plus it just makes it, like, so much special to be like, yeah, I went there on the actual day that she came out, the release weekend, and look what I have to prove it.
January 1st, I will say, at the LA store, some of my best memories are at, like, the Girl of the Year launch day. And this was before they did the AG Rewards, like, what breakfast thing that I haven't even been to before. But this was just, like, you go, and people just lined up, like, all, like, around the building. And it was just, like, it was so fun. I mean, everybody looked forward to it. They had tons of events, just tons of free, like, activities. And it drew so many people to the store. And I wish that they would consider not launching until January 1st.
Alrighty, everyone. Thank you so much for listening to the Doll Mom podcast. I had such a fun time chatting with Monica.
I had a great time. Thank you.
Just thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Like, you're a very busy girl, so I really appreciate it that you took time out of your day to come on here and chat with me just about dolls, American Girl LA. I really appreciate it.
Anytime.
You're welcome back anytime you want to, personally. Unless you had, like, a bad time.
No, I loved it. I'll probably take you up on that.
Okay. Make sure that you guys go check out Monica. I'll link her down below, all of her social media, which I think you're literally just on Instagram. But if you want to dive into, like, the other platforms, totally down to link that as well. So yeah, definitely go check her out. She's so sweet. She's so kind. Her content's amazing. Her dollies are awesome and gorgeous. Her doll photos, girl, literally live for those. Literally live for those. So anyways,
oh my God, you're awesome.
Like, literally, I love your account so much. So yeah, be sure to go check her out. And yeah, check me out as well if you're interested. I'll link my stuff down below as well. Thank you so much for listening. And for checking out
You'll have to check us both out when you come back to the LA store and we take videos together.
Yes.
When they open. The new store is supposed to be opening in November. So, you want to just plan that trip.
Yes. That's a planned out trip, like, coming soon. I was talking to my dad about it. And I was like, because he told me he would take me in November when it first opened. He's like, well, why don't we just go for Girl of the Year? I go, Dad. Yeah, exactly. She just gave a look, y'all, and that was my look. So I don't really know what's happening with that LA trip, but trust me, I'm coming.
All right, just come, Mal.
If we have to start a GoFundMe account, we have to start a GoFundMe account. Like, I'm done. Get Mal to LA, the petition, change.org.
Get Mal to see more dolls.
Yeah. 100,000 signatures. I'm down. I'm kidding. Can you imagine someone actually starts it?
Petition to change Mal's dad's mind.
Yes. To change Mal's dad's mind to not only take me to Girl of the Year event, but mostly in November. Yeah.
It'll be like a Thanksgiving trip that you can tell them how thankful you are.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm sitting at the cafe and being like, I'm thankful for this store. That's like my Thanksgiving dinners at the American Girl Cafe.
I mean, that sounds great to me. I'll be there. If they were open on Thanksgiving, I totally would do it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, Queen. I like it. We'll do Christmas there as well.
Oh my God, yes.
They'll be like, they're back again.
Yeah, they're back again. And for Halloween and birthdays. And
Yeah. Like, do these girls ever stop and celebrate things at their own home?
Right. We may even go for Arbor Day sometime. You never know. We'll bring Lainey for Earth Day.
Yes. Anyways, make sure you're subscribed and following both of our accounts so then you don't miss out on the epic LA trip that's about to happen later this year. We might break into the store for Thanksgiving to celebrate. Oh my gosh, I'm kidding. But, like, you never know what can go through our mind.
Right?
What?
You can totally dream, though, right?
Yeah, totally dream. Totally dream that we're just so high up that they just rent the whole store out to us for a day. Oh my goodness. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Which they used to actually do the late night at American Girl Place.
Really?
So it was a package that I would constantly look at the website and dream about the package. It would rent out the whole store, and everybody would get a gift card to spend. They'd give you food. It's for, like, super rich people, but it was something, I literally had dreams about this as a kid.
That's the GoFundMe right there. That's the GoFundMe account.
So if they ever did that again, that would be, I still wouldn't be able to afford it, but it would be really cool to dream about.
Yeah, same. I'll link the GoFundMe down below too. I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I think we should go now before I actually start opening a new tab and making this an actual thing.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks for listening to this crazy outro of the Doll Mom podcast. We hope you tune in and listen again, and that you had some giggles with us. Ta-ra! See you next month.